It's always a pleasure having you tuned in HeathPot, and we are glad to inform you that HeathPot will be showing every Friday at 6:30 p.m. and repeated on Wednesday at 11 a.m., the time when we have been watching it. And I want to welcome you to this particular show. HeathPot is a program brought to you by Makerere University School of Public Health, and this program is centered around maternal and child health, early childhood development, and other public health concerns. And today we are going to discuss another interesting topic when it comes to public health. But we have a group of people who are carrying on a lot of community activities, and I believe if you're within Luweero and Nakaseke, you must have seen them or you must have heard about them. But we also want to share on what the people of Luweero and Nakaseke test. Of course, with us is the one Mr. Jjuuko Stephen, who is the head of finance and the administrator of Change Development Initiative. So he is going to share with us a lot more about Change Development Initiative, why Change Development Initiative in the first place, and a lot more what they do, how they do it, and I believe by the end of this show you will be blessed. But also we have Mabel Murungi, who is our sign language interpreter. Mr. Jjuuko, you're most welcome to HeathPot.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you so much. And thank you for hosting us at Church of Uganda Family TV.
How is Luweero?
Well, it's fine. You see, the weather, it is a raining season. Sincerely, we've traveled raining from well to here.
We are really grateful, and we can't take that sacrifice for granted. Thank you so much for choosing to come amidst this harsh weather. Just to begin with, tell us more about yourself as an individual.
As an individual, first I would want to greet the viewers.
Yeah.
I greet you all viewers in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for the work you're doing. It's a great pleasure for us Change Development Initiatives to be hosted here. And by the names Jjuuko Stephen Charles. I am a father of 3 and married to 1 woman. I've spent in marriage now clocking to 10 years. Yes.
Wow, that is a very interesting introduction. So we are going to abbreviate Change Development Initiative into CDI. So when you hear us using CDI, just know we are referring to Change Development Initiative. So we shall just abbreviate it and call it CDI. So Mr. Jjuuko, kindly tell us about CDI.
CDI, like you said, it is Change Development Initiatives.
Yes.
This is an organization that was formed in 2015 by Mr. Kasule Sawava Stephen. Mr. Kasule Sawava Stephen is an indigenous person of Luweero. He formed the organization in 2015 with a major purpose of transforming communities so that people embrace socio-economic transformation, but targeting children, the adolescents, and the women. Why? Because Luweero is among the districts that is facing challenges where the war was, and the people lost hope. So the major reason of the formation of CDI was to restore hope among those vulnerable children, vulnerable youth, all the adolescents, and the women. So that is the reason as to why CDI was formed.
Well, looking at the vision and mission of CDI, because you've told us that he decided to take it to Luweero, but we've seen very many other places that are more vulnerable than Luweero.
Yes.
So besides being indignantly born in Luweero, what are some of the pillars on which CDI is built?
The pillars. First, before we go to the pillars, I would want to tell the viewers the vision of CDI.
Yes.
The vision of CDI is we want to see a society where all vulnerable children, adolescents, and women live happy lives. We want to put a smile to the faces of these categories of people. So those are our target beneficiaries in all the interventions that we do in our project areas. And our mission, like I said in the beginning, our mission is to support the communities where we work, to embrace social economic transformation by promoting access to health, promoting access to education, economic security and stability, food security and nutrition, and lastly, the last core program area we have is about child protection.
Okay.
So targeting human rights for children, women, and men at large.
Okay.
Yes.
So, in how many districts does CDI operate?
Currently, we are operating in Luwel and in Akaseke district. There are two districts, but majorly we are concentrated currently in Bamnanika sub-county, in Kamila sub-county, Luwel Town Council, Utuntumula, and Jjuuko Town Council. So that is where our intervention are so far based, just not because we want to be there alone, but because of limited resources. But with availability of resources, we can operate everywhere, since we are a registered NGO with the Uganda National Bureau for NGOs. So we can have the mandate to operate countrywide.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, but you're still stationed in Luwel.
We are stationed in Luwel and Nakaseke, like I told you, because of resources. But our programs can cover the entire country.
Oh.
Especially this approach, why we are here, of parenting for respectability, for improved spousal relationships and health, which is a proven approach to end violence against children and adolescents in communities where people live.
Okay.
Yes.
You are the finance administration officer,
Yes.
and I believe your wealth of knowledge about CDI. Now, let us about CDI's governance.
CDI is headed by the board of directors, and the board of directors, there are 7 in number, with the executive director, Mr. Jjuuko Stephen, as their secretary. The board has its responsibility is to see that there is strategic direction and smooth running of the organization is what? Work. Their work is beyond the titles they have, because the board has committees, but their work is beyond their titles. They have the responsibility of resource mobilization, formulation of policies with support of the senior management team, so among others. And the CDI has a strong secretariat, a secretariat headed by the executive director, by the senior programs officer, finance and administration officer, and under the senior programs officer, we have 2 female program officers, a field worker, and in all our areas of operation, we have community volunteers. Yes, so that is little I can talk about.
Okay.
The board.
So among the things we are talking about, you say that CDI supports communities to embrace socio-economic transformation, and now we want to look at the activities that you take on in when it comes to community support in transformation.
CDI has a related number of activities, and in the activities we have core program areas.
Okay.
So we have 5 core program areas, and these core program areas, let me begin with health. In health, what do we do in health? In health, we conduct community health outreaches, or call them community HTS, health testing outreaches. We do them comprehensively. How we bring related range of services, like we give health education to the people. We conduct voluntary HIV and TB screening and testing. And those people who are found positive, we refer them to health facilities so that they are enrolled on ART. We also give HIV and TB preventive package to the people who are found negative, so that they don't just jubilate that we are negative, and when they go back, they don't handle their lives well. So we give them preventive package like PrEP, we give them condoms, we give them other things like that can help them not contract HIV. Yes, so we in health still we continue. During the community HTS, we do GBV screening. GBV screening.
Yes.
In those communities where I operate, there is a lot of GBV. Now, like the recent police case, police report,
Yes.
which has just come out. Well, is ranked number 2 among the child protection, child abuse cases.
Yes.
But these ones emanate from these families where GBV is rampant. So during our health interventions, we try also to screen GBV, and give counseling and guidance, and also refer some cases to police to the Child Family and Protection Unit, so that the cases are handled.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you screen GBV? Because someone would really want to understand the screening mechanism that you take on.
GBV screening, me as the administrator, I have a colleague, the senior programs officer, who is heading programs. Will be unpacking all of this, but there is a criteria for GBV screening given by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. Yes.
Okay. What about the other activities? You've talked about health.
Other activities in health. In partnership with the health facilities. Now, especially when we are in Jjuuko Town Council or in Akaseke District, we are in partnership with Jjuuko Hospital. They give us health workers. We move with health workers. And these health workers come with family planning. We extend family planning services, yes, to the people in the communities where we operate.
Okay. What about when it comes to child protection? What are some of the interventions you take on?
In child protection, we are specifically looking at the ecosystem where this child lives. And when I talk of the ecosystem, I'm meaning the household, the home where the child lives, the school where the child goes, and the community where he resides. So that is the ecosystem of this child. So what are we doing? We are preventing violence against children and adolescents. But we have an approach called parenting for respectability. We shorten it into PFR. What do we do in PFR? In PFR, we have 5 modules which we deliver to the community. We have a module of bonding and attachment. We have a module of positive discipline. We have the 3rd module of gender. And we have the 4th module of spousal relationships. And finally, males involvement. My colleague, the senior programs officer, will unpack all of this, the information found in the modules.
Surely.
But we have the entry point. How do we enter to the community? We enter the community where we convene community entry meetings. And when we convene community entry meetings, people, other community people, select community-based facilitators of their choice. And these community-based facilitators are people who can read and write. They are people of good readers in the community. So those are the people they select as community-based facilitators to act or to be their model teachers during the parenting session is we form parenting groups of 15 to 30 members of men and women. But we emphasize these groups to be of couples. But in case there are no couples, we invite everyone who has a child. So the community-based facilitators, now we give them these 5 modules to go and train the parents in parenting skills. Yes, so in so doing, parents are equipped with parenting skills so that this child lives in a safe and enabling environment. So that is specifically what we do, but that is at the community level for household. We also enter into schools. When we enter into schools, we teach and train teacher protagonists. These are teachers who are trained in the management of a child and the cases in the prevention of violence against this child. So the teacher protagonists, they act as champions or agents of prevention of violence against children in schools. Yes.
So I believe every parent would really want to have a safe child, or they would really want to see their children in a safe environment. HeathPot is a program brought to you by Mukalazi University's School of Public Health, and this program is centered around early childhood development, maternal and child health, but also other public health concerns. And we are discussing a very pertinent topic this evening, which is about something to do about community development. And we know that when we talk about the community, you and I are the community. Now, whatever we do has a lot to build in our community or to break. That is why we are here with a delegate from CDI, and we are discussing some of the interventions that they do when it comes to community transformation, because at the end of the day, everyone would really want to live in a transformed environment. With us is Mr. Jjuuko Stephen Charles, who is the administrator at CDI, and before the break he was taking us through the various interventions. We had discussed about health and how they go about health. We had also talked about child protection and how they go about this intervention. Mr. Jjuuko,
yes.
What about, because in your earlier discussion you talked about economic empowerment. So how do you go about this intervention?
In economic empowerment, our entry point are the Village Savings and Loans Associations, which are also known as VSLAs. We form or we establish VSLAs in our areas of operation. And why? These VSLAs, when people come together, it is power. When they consolidate their resources in one basket, they can move a mile. So we form VSLAs of both men and women, but we also have VSLAs of single groups, especially for women alone. These VSLAs, we deliver services, and the services we deliver is financial literacy. We give them business skills. Why? To enable the group members to identify income generating activities where they can invest their money so that they can help build their household livelihood. When we talk of household livelihood, we are talking of things like poultry farming, backyard gardening. At least someone deep down in the well, a poor person, can do and get something to pay school fees for his or her child. Yes, so we do exactly that in VSLA groups. But in addition to that, we help these VSLA groups to register with the local government, and they get certificates. They go in the banks and secure bank accounts. They open bank accounts, and we link them to government development programs like the WEP, the Uganda Women Entrepreneurship program for women. So we link these groups to government development programs so that they can develop. Yes.
Okay. What about education?
In education, currently, we are providing scholastic materials in form of books, pens, pencils, sets, among others that can aid a child access education. We have the thinking or plans to provide school fees to those neediest children who cannot manage paying school fees. So we are looking for channels and we are drawing plans to see that we bring this intervention which is sustainable. Currently, the funds cannot allow, but we are drawing plans to see that the neediest child still can attain education.
Okay.
Yes, in an affordable school.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm more interested in this intervention, which is food security and nutrition. You realize that very many people are suffering from diseases that are brought about by either hunger or poor nutrition.
Yes.
So how do you go about this?
With food security and nutrition, we are using climate smart agriculture to enhance agricultural production. You know, now we have a saying that the lands have been exhausted, there is no fertility in it, but we employ climate smart agriculture
Okay.
to help people in urban and peri-urban areas, in our areas of operation, to still continue with the producing, but producing at a high what? With the higher yields. Yes. So that is one of what we are doing in food security and nutrition. But still we also hold the campaigns, and these campaigns are geared to educate people on the food nutrients that help child development. And we use community-based facilitators and opinion leaders to deliver sessions that aid in educating the people in the rightful food nutrients that aid in child development. We also help farmers, teach them agriculture post-harvesting methods. Because now during this rainy season, they are going to sow and they will yield bumper harvest. But still, harvesting and stocking is a problem. So we teach them methods of storing grain, food, so that when time comes for scarcity, they have something in the stores and they don't die of hunger, that there is no food. They also save some for selling, and they get some money that can help them sustain their lives.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any community outreaches aimed at sensitizing people about nutrition, what they should eat, what they should not eat, and how they should do about it?
Yes, because sorry to take you back, but we have been conducting a project in Ruel, in Nakaseke, for strengthening the community systems for prevention of HIV, TB, and GBV. But we have radio programs on local radios where we disseminate information to the masses and we teach them which food and nutrient to the child to develop. Even those ones who are on ARVs, we also tell them what to do in terms of feeding. We also disseminate IEC materials on nutrition to aid in sensitizing masses of what foods can help them be healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
We are indeed grateful that our viewer, especially if you choose to keep it at Church of Uganda Family TV, you're going to share part of this information. But as we draw closer to the end of this show, Mr. Jjuuko, is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yeah, I have like 3 things I want to share. First, it is just a trick, but I want to thank our partners. Our partners, like these people whom we move with when delivering these interventions. First, we want to thank Nakaseke and the local governments, which give us the mandate or the permit to move within those districts and operate in those areas. So I want to thank them. I also extend thanks to Dr. Christine Narada, a senior lecturer at Makerere University in the School of Public Health, because when they were doing their survey of social innovation in health, our approach, parenting for respectability, ranked better among all innovations. That's why we are here today, because of this approach, parenting for respectability, for improved spousal relationships and health. Indeed, this is a proven homegrown approach that it can really prevent or stop violence in homes, communities, and schools. I want again to appreciate Child Rights and Prevention Fund. Child Rights and Prevention Fund has supported us in implementing a project of creating a safe and enabling environment for child to live in Bamunanika. So this organization, I want to appreciate it. It formed us into a cluster with an organization called CODE. So we deliver this approach in Bamunanika sub-county. We are concentrated in one sub-county because we want all of people in that sub-county to get knowledge or skills in parenting. I also want to appreciate CDI staffs whom we work with, who help in delivering this work. Still, like I told you that I'm a married man. I have a wife. She's called Barbara. I want to thank Barbara for loving me, taking care of me, and our 3 children. Please take heart. I love you all.
Wow. Thank you so much. And as Church of Uganda Family TV, we love you so much, you, our audience. It has been a pleasure having you, but I want to promise you that whatever has been talked about is going to be discussed in depth. Therefore, you don't need to miss anything. Is it education? Is it health? Is it nutrition? Is it social? Is it economic transformation? You don't need to miss any single intervention, because in the next episodes of HeathPot, we are going to go deep into these interventions, and I believe you will also be able to maybe copy and apply them into your community so that you can cause transformation in your community where CD cannot reach for now. Thank you so much for watching. Edrine Osteen Mukalazi is my name. God bless you.